Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Melero Rings by Ernesto Melero. Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and I wanted to thank you all so much for joining in to another magic product review. In this video, I am very excited to be reviewing the Melero Rings by Ernesto Melero. Now, of course, I've become known in the magic community as the guy that does linking ring stuff, so I only thought that it would be necessary for me to take a look at and review the Melero Rings for all of you guys. A few of you have even reached out to me and said, hey Michael, what are your thoughts on Melero Rings? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth buying? We're gonna talk about all of that stuff in this video. But first, before we do that, just a couple of announcements. If you are new to the channel and this is your first time, please make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you guys will not miss out on any future videos from this channel. Also, if you would like to become a member, click the join button. For just $1 a month. You will get access to a ton of awesome stuff, including magic tutorials, early access videos, emojis, badges, a whole bunch of awesomeness, and even shout outs like this one right here. So let's go ahead and welcome our newest Mob Squad members. I wanted to thank JFL Dars, or DARS, forgive me for butchering your name, I apologize, Nikki MC81, and Dusty Wayne Music. Thank you guys so much for joining and helping to support this channel. It's because of people like you that are keeping this whole thing alive. Anyway, so let's go ahead and dive into this review. So, what do you get inside of the packaging? You're gonna get this beautiful little ring case. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera there. I'll go ahead and show you. And let's take a look at what is inside. Now, I've already opened this, obviously, because I've been playing with it a little bit. But you will be getting, inside here, if I can open it, there we go. You will be getting 4 rings. All right, so before we go ahead and jump into this review, I thought it would be a good idea to show you a performance so that we can all see what Melero Rings looks like. So this performance is almost move for move, the one that you're gonna learn on the download. So we link 2 rings and the 3rd ring gets linked, so we have a chain of 4. Now this is the move that everyone is talking about because you could show the rings very open, very fair. And then of course, the rings get unlinked one at a time. There's ring number 1, ring number 2, ring 3, and ring 4. That's Melero Rings. The first thing that I noticed about these is that the rings are a bit heavier and a little bit bigger than the rings that I'm used to performing with. So this is the standard set of rings that I'm used to using, and these are the Melero Rings. So a little bit thicker and a little bit bigger in diameter. So if I actually put these here like this, you can see the size difference. They are definitely a little bit bigger. So Melero Rings are 5-inch rings, and the standard ring size is 4.5. As far as quality goes, they are pretty good quality. They're not necessarily the best quality I've ever seen, but I don't want to take anything away from the quality. They are very nice. If I could be super nitpicky, you can kind of a little bit see where the seams were melded together, but it is coated. The ring is completely coated, so there's no like weld mark or anything like that, and it looks very nice. Now, just like with any ring set, I want to say that you're going to want to take care of these. You're not going to want to drop them on the concrete floor or anything like that because they might start to chip, and that is the same as any ring finish, to be honest with you. But these rings are only $45, so the ring quality for the price that you're paying for them is excellent. The key ring itself has rounded edges, which means that the links and unlinks are going to be very easy to perform. So as far as ring quality goes, again, for the price point, I think that they're pretty good. You're not going to find any rings that are of equal quality for $45 out there on the market. The production quality of the actual performance and tutorials is also very excellent, but we're going to go ahead and talk about that in just a moment. I think the big thing on everyone's mind is, what are Melero Rings? Can this be performed with other ring routines that I'm already doing? Do I have to perform Ernesto's routine exactly the way he does it? Can I mix and match? Is it modular? What's the deal? So, first thing that I'm gonna say, and I think that I'm allowed to say this, everyone has asked me, so like, what's this new keyless system or this new gapless system that is being used? I am gonna say there is none. There is no keyless system. There is no gapless system. If you think that there's a keyless or gapless system, you have been fooled by this performance. I made the prediction in my reaction video. I'll leave the reaction video in the description below so you guys can go check that if you want. I made the prediction that there was some kind of keyless system or a locking system or something being used, and there is not. I was fooled by this. So Ernesto, you son of a gun, you got me. Very good job. So the new system that is being used here is a way of displaying the rings. So you can show everything very open and fair, just like I did in that little performance that I showed you guys. And it's going to give the audience the impression that there are no gaps or no breaks in the rings. Now, for anyone that knows a standard linking ring set, we already do know that the key ring is the special ring that allows the rings to link together. In this linking ring set, you are getting a key ring, and you are getting the other rings that you would get in a normal linking ring set. What you usually will not get in a linking ring set, though, is this modified key ring that allows you to do these open displays. So that's what you're getting in this set here. You're getting a modified key ring along with Ernesto's handling of the linking rings that are gonna make for a very convincing and open display of the rings. So the rings cannot be laid out on the floor or on the table. They can't be handed out and examined, just like any other normal linking ring routine. Now, pause for a second. I'm gonna do a shameless plug right in the middle of this review. If you are having a hard time performing the linking rings because you feel like you can't hand them out and the audience is gonna catch you in your key, I have a linking ring routine for you, and it is one that I call Ninja Rings Abridged. In my Ninja Rings Abridged performance, you will be able to perform the rings and the audience will walk away feeling like they got the opportunity to examine everything. Even though they didn't, because obviously you're never going to hand them the key ring, they are going to walk away feeling satisfied that there are no gaps and no breaks. I think adding this Melero Rings moment, every time I do this, that's a Melero's Rings moment, by the way. Just for future context, right? So if you add that into my abridged routine, I think you're gonna have an excellent routine. Just saying. So if you're worried about that, you guys can either find that on my sessions, my Ninja Plus sessions download, or members will already have access to it. I put it in my tutorials playlist here, and if you're a member, again, for just $1 a month, you'll get access to that. So there's my shameless plug there. But honestly, even without all of that stuff, I think Melero Rings does a really good job as a routine anyway. So let's talk about the actual tutorial that you're gonna get with this. Again, super high quality, and the mind of Ernesto is brilliant because I think that the routining of this, the way that it is, for what it is, I think is perfect. So what you're gonna get are 3 routines. Now, I've heard a lot of people refer to them as the beginner, intermediate, and advanced routines. I don't necessarily see them as broken up in that way because none of the routines are really harder or easier than the other. I think that they're all going to be used in different situations. So you have the short basic routine, you have the extended routine, and you have the walk around routine. That's the way that I like to break them up. So for the basic routine, it's essentially what I just showed you guys in this video. You're going to learn to link the 4 rings, do the display, unlink the 4 rings, and then that's the routine. The intermediate routine, or the extended routine, as I like to call it, is essentially the same thing, but there's a whole nother phase that you're gonna learn, and there's some extra moves that you're gonna learn as well. Moves that will allow you to show, very visual moments in the routine. The down the ladder move is my favorite. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a very old move, but Ernesto did a brilliant job of performing it and teaching it in this video. You have the ring at the top, and then it falls boom, 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 down to the bottom, and then you pluck it right off and you unlink it. So it's a really visual move, and I'm gonna leave the trailer in the description below as well. So if you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, you're welcome to go watch it. Ernesto does a full performance in the trailer, which I thought was really cool that they included the full performance, because most trailers these days, it's designed to like tug on the heartstrings and to make you like think, oh wow, this looks super cool, I'm gonna get it, but they don't really show you what the trick is. In this trailer, they showed you the entire performance from the start to the finish. So I think that was really cool that they did that. Okay, so the last routine that you're gonna get on this download is essentially like a walk around style routine. And there's a couple of moves that are taught in there that allow you to link the rings and then hand them out to be examined. So my favorite move taught in the whole thing is the one where Ernesto has someone hold a ring. He takes another ring and he literally just drops it. It flies from midair and lands onto the rings, links, and then he just lets go and takes a step back. And now the spectator's holding two, you know, linked rings and they're not able to get them apart. They can examine them for as long as they want to. So you do get that element of examination built into the routine. So let's talk about things that I like about it, things I don't like about it, and who is this product for? Who should be buying it? Who shouldn't be buying it, right? So pros, things that I really enjoy about the routine. I really like that it's very visual. The rings are a little bit bigger, so it's very visual. It makes it easier to see. The open displays look really nice. The rings are very shiny. They're good quality rings. Like I said, for the price that you're paying for them, you can't ask for any better. And everything about the performance itself is very well thought out and is very well routine together. If you learn Ernesto's routine from start to finish the way that he performs it, you're gonna be set. It's perfect. But if you're not a huge fan of the routine from the start to the finish, the way he performs it, that's okay too, because the routine is built in such a way that it's very modular. You can pick the bits out that you like the most, and you can put this here and put that there and take that out and add this in. And you can also use your own routine that you're already performing. So if you're already performing ninja rings, if you're already performing Masato rings, you can use this ring set to perform those routines. And then you can just add in the part as a nice little convincing moment to show that all of the rings are linked together and that there are no openings in the rings. So things that I'm not too keen about, the fact that the rings cannot be as examined as I was hoping they were going to be in my reaction video. So the Melero move, the move, is very angle sensitive. You can only really perform this for an audience that is directly in front of you. If you're surrounded, you're not going to be using this specific sequence. Now, you can still perform the routine exactly the same way. You just will not be doing that bonus move, because if people are standing over your shoulder or directly to the sides of you, they might see something flash. So you want to make sure that your audience is controlled and in front of you when you're performing this, right? So that's probably the thing that I don't like about it, is just that little part. But honestly, it's such a small part of the routine that if you find yourself in a situation where you do have people standing around you, you're gonna perform the routine exactly the same way. You're just gonna cut out that one little part, which could be disappointing to some people, because that's the reason you're buying this ring set, is to be able to do that. And so to cut out the specific part, you know, that you're hoping to be able to accomplish with these rings might seem like a downer. But like I said, this is and does work like a standard ring set too. So the way that I see it is that extra bit would be a nice bonus moment that you can add when the conditions are appropriate. Otherwise, you're just going to use these rings to perform whatever routine you're already doing, or to perform Ernesto's routine the way that he teaches it in the video. So who is this for? Who wants to buy this? Honestly, I think everyone should at least take a look at and consider purchasing this set if you're interested in performing the linking rings at all. If you've never performed the linking rings before, it's a nice first set to buy. If it's within your price range, and the teaching, like I said, is excellent. The rings are really nice quality. The key rings are rounded, making the links and unlinks really easy, especially for beginners. And the routines that are taught are routined in such a way that anyone, regardless of skill level, will be able to pick them up with just a bit of practice. I also think that performers that are already comfortable with the rings and have already been performing the rings for a while will get something out of it, because Ernesto does teach some original moves and some original ideas that I haven't seen anywhere else in this routine. The Melero gimmick also allows you to do some stuff that you cannot do with any other ring routines. So I think that it would be worth purchasing it, if only to learn these moves. And like I said, you can pick and choose which bits you want to add and which bits you don't into your own routine that you're already performing. Where I think that this routine shines the most, though, to be honest with you, is going to be in virtual. So those of you that are doing Zoom shows, and in formal close-up or parlor settings. So where you have a controlled audience, they're sitting down, they're in front of you, and you're performing to them. Not necessarily walk around. You can use the rings walk around, but chances are, if you're doing walk around, table hopping magic, and people are kind of surrounding you, you may or may not be using that bonus Melero method. The one that the whole ring routine is, you know, really wants to perform, because it really wants you to be able to show that the rings are all linked and are all completely solid. So the moment that you've all been waiting for, do I recommend this? Yes, of course I do. It's a linking ring routine and it's a good one. I don't really have any problems with it. I'm gonna give this 5 stars out of 5. Even though I've nitpicked a couple of things, it's still a good routine. It's still a good product. It's still, for the price, it's only $45. You're getting a lot out of it. Even if you don't think you're gonna use these rings, I would recommend buying this, if only for the download itself, because like I said, the material that's on there and Ernesto's teaching is excellent, and you're gonna learn some new moves that Ernesto created himself. Again, my favorite move being the one where he drops the ring in the spectator's hand and now they're stuck holding 2 rings. It's a beautiful move, and it's one that might take a little bit more practice. That's why they call it the advanced routine, because that move is probably like the hardest one taught in the DVD. Well, in the download, excuse me. You don't get a DVD, you get a download, excuse me. It's probably the hardest one taught there, but in my opinion, it's not even really that difficult. You're just gonna have to practice it a little bit more. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it answered your questions. If I didn't, if I missed anything, if you're still not sure exactly what Melero Rings is, go ahead and leave a comment, ask your question, and I will be happy to answer it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions for me on any of my videos or anything that I put out, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always going to answer your questions for you. Also, if you purchased this and you already own this ring set, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, what you're going to use it for, whether you liked it or you didn't like it. And if you want to, you can compare it to other linking ring sets that you already own, and let me know what you guys think about that. Anyway, my name is Michael O'Brien. Again, thank you so much for watching this review. Until next time, everyone, I'll catch you later. Take care.